Ole wave out, bro. What are you gonna do?
No, you want to know what the thing is, bro? Do you want to know what the thing is? I actually don't know what to do. I actually don't know what to do. Bro, I can't.
Boys, welcome back to the Back5 review show. Interesting weekend to say the least. Just first of all, how Boone show, how are you guys? In general, life.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Life's good, bro. Life's good. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you
doing well, bro.
That's the last time I want to care about your feelings today. So. Yeah. But we'll get there. Let's go.
I'm not okay.
It was so much pain.
Yo.
Okay, nah, let's
I'm
go.
for the monologue, bro. I'm keen for it.
And now my Wi-Fi's dying out, asshole.
You know.
Right.
Okay, let's build our story here. Road to WrestleMania. First up, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Easy win for Chelsea in the end. They struggled a bit in the first half, but managed to score 4 unanswered goals in the second half. Have Chelsea found their feet, gentlemen?
We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's getting there, but I think when they have to face a tougher challenge, I think they still might struggle.
When I look at the goals, they're still not creating chances, like nice chances from open play. There was 2 penalties, a goal from Zuma. I still think that they're not quite gelling. They're not getting Werner in. They're not getting goals from the attacking players you would think would score. So I think they still have issues there.
I'm with Boone there. Like they're getting there. I don't think they've found their feet yet, but they're landing. They're in the process of finding their feet and everything. Like Shaw said, the goals were scrappy and they got it was 2 pence. Yeah.
But they got over the line, which is an important thing, obviously, because at the end of the day, we're gonna look back at the 3 points, and at the end of the season, that's what will matter. But obviously, the actual performance, it was scrappy, but they're obviously getting the wins, which is the whole point of a team. So what if a team doesn't look beautiful? How many trophies does Mourinho have? Just getting over the line is the important part.
But yeah, I think the biggest takeaway from that game for me was that Chelsea got a clean sheet. I think that's big, considering they've conceded the 5th most goals in the Premier League since the start of last season or something like that. Something crazy. I think they've only conceded 7 less than Aston Villa or something, which is absurd for a team that finished top 4 last season. Actually, now that I think of it. But yeah, I thought that was huge. Another big game that we were looking forward to, I think the whole footballing world was looking forward to, was the Leeds versus City game. Bielsa versus Pep once again. It was just an interesting storyline. We predicted a more open game than we saw, I guess. But yeah, just thoughts on that.
It's crazy that the two teams that couldn't defend only conceded 1 each. So it was crazy unpredictable.
I was gonna say that I think both teams took the approach as as long as we don't concede, then we'll be fine, because they will definitely make a mistake. And then in the end, they were both pretty solid defensively. Neither of them died out at the back, but it wasn't open enough. Like Tom said, it was very cagey at times.
No, yeah. Especially Mendy made some. He just passed it to Ayling one time. He is horrible. It's so bad. He literally just passed it to him. So there was some really bad defensive errors. It's just no one actually took advantage of it. I don't know.
Yeah, they kept it together to an extent.
Mendy in his own half he's just a liability. In his own half, Mendy is an absolute waste man. If you pounce on him, you can definitely cause.
And he's not that great going forward either.
He's okay-ish. But I think both teams were just tentative. I think it was because City wanted to bounce back but didn't want another L. And I think Leeds also were just a bit tentative because it's City. And it ended up becoming the complete opposite of what we predicted, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I predicted it was going to be not a goal fest. Remember that.
Okay, maybe Tom's and I died out.
But one
In
thing
fact,
we
the rest of
didn't,
my prediction.
one thing we didn't predict though was City being the chasers in the game, because Leeds finished the game with more possession. I think it's the first time since they played Liverpool or something that they finished with less possession in their opposition. So that's a crazy stat. Sorry. Imagine getting promoted and then coming and outballing, or not outballing, but just being better at. Okay, I guess it's not really Pep's. I guess this is Pep's teacher, so it actually kind of makes sense. But yeah, it's just still crazy.
But like,
yeah, but otherwise it was a bit of a boring game, really.
It was,
it was just like
lots of
it was dry.
Yeah, it was dry, but in the sense that it's like it was just a tactical masterclass. Like, you know, it's just there's so much happening to cancel each other out. You're just like, yo, these guys are playing proper chess right now.
Yeah, but Leeds are kind of scary when they get that ball moving. When they get that ball moving,
Leeds are crazy.
Get the defenders just running around like headless chickens. It's mad. I'm not looking forward to going to Ellen Road.
So the question I would like to pose to the field. Remember when I predicted Leeds top half finish? Well, what are we thinking?
I mean, only 4 games.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Only 4
yeah,
games.
but I still don't think it's gonna happen.
I still disagree, but I mean.
So I'm saying, do you like what you've seen so far? Considering
I mean, I like what I've seen, but they haven't really been getting wins apart from like Fulham, which everyone should win. So
they've played like two of the probably arguably strongest teams in the Premier League right now. So
and they're still like in the top 5.
When they play Aston Villa, dude.
Yeah, actually.
Everton won. Leicester lost to West Ham. So my question,
what's their problem, bro? What's their problem, bro?
I have for you guys is, should we reevaluate where we think each of these teams are going to finish? So Everton a bit higher,
No.
Leicester a bit lower.
No, I think you should apologize to West Ham first of all.
I just.
I think you're a West Ham apology, bro.
I just think Leicester. They just.
Leicester were just bad that game, bro. I'm not apologizing to anyone. Leicester were just really.
What are we apologizing for?
Just off that game, bro.
No, you guys are way more shit than they deserve, bro.
It's been 4 games.
No, I just think Leicester didn't show up, bro. They were just dead. I think West Ham got lucky. I don't know what happened to Leicester. I think they won a high off that City result because they just didn't care. They didn't show up.
No, yeah,
I just think tactically got it wrong.
Yeah. Nice.
We stole it straight from the group, bro.
Yo, man read my life.
Word, you just ripped it.
Yo.
There's no shame here. There's no shame here.
Dude,
Man probably didn't even watch the game.
Window.
Did he probably even watch the game? Did you see it?
I didn't highlights. Watch highlights.
But he's busy stealing my lines, bro.
Game's cold, bro.
Yeah, but
word for word.
I still think, obviously Everton have a perfect start, but I still don't think, as horrible as United are right now, it's obviously not going to be that horrible all season. It'll turn around, and that's the scary thing. That's what I wanted to say, actually. The fact that like none of the top 6 clubs have played well this season. To be honest, like Liverpool's best game was against Arsenal, and like they were one Lacazette finish away from that being a draw. Our best game was against Fulham, but Fulham just got promoted. City played well against Wolves, but Spurs, they played really, really well against United, but we'll get to that. And then just obviously United and Chelsea have just been lacking chemistry. So I do think that Everton and Aston Villa, they must enjoy their fun, but there's too much football to be played for me to be convinced that Everton's a guaranteed top 6 finish, but I do think they'll finish 7th. I don't know.
I personally think
I'm sticking with what I said.
Everton
I think if they carry on playing like this, dude, they're challenging.
They're mounting a title challenge.
Okay.
Like obviously they're not going to win every single game. They're not. Like eventually they're going to lose. Eventually they're going to start. But like if they're actually a really solid team, they can bounce back.
I also just think that they are in like a bit of a honeymoon period from the new signings, and it's clicked well. And then when they haven't had that first L yet, when they have that first L, then we're going to see what happens. But
just
for
the round,
true. We'll see. We'll see how
they're all happy.
Yeah, that time of the season is going to come, bro. When injuries and squad rotation needs to come into factor. So we'll see that.
But right now, they're also just riding that momentum, bro. That changing room's happy. They're getting results. Everything's just going their way right now. So I think we need to just wait and see. Like
Also-
Tom said, give it time.
Yeah, also ask Leicester what it's like to go from, like I'm talking about last season's Leicester, not the title winning Leicester. Ask them what it's like to go from, yo, these underdogs are doing really well. Whoa, Leicester are third. It's January, Leicester are third. Then it's March now, and every single game you play, everyone's like, yeah, okay, Leicester are favourites here. They have to win games now. You know, it's a different type of pressure. So going from like, yo, Everton actually pretty good.
They were second at a point, eh? They were second at a point. Don't forget that, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, actually, that's true.
Yeah, so to go from like, yo, this is cool, Everton are actually pretty good, to like, okay, Everton have to win this game now. Yeah, Everton have to win this game now. Even if they go to Liverpool away, okay, Everton have to get something here now. It's a different type of pressure. So, yeah, I think I'm going to play the long game with this one, and I'll stick with them finishing outside top 6. But that'd still be an amazing season, in my opinion.
Can't
Which game
go through it, bro. It's as simple as
Which game are we doing first? Who is accounting first?
Liverpool, let's do
Liverpool is the only fair way. It's the only fair way.
Liverpool. Let's do Liverpool. Let's do Liverpool. Bro.
Okay.
No, let's do Liverpool.
Okay.
No, chronological order, bro. It makes sense. Come on.
Nah. Don't worry. We'll say no. Don't worry. Let's do Liverpool.
We'll finish the show. We'll finish the
Let's
show.
finish the story.
Let's start as rude.
Alright,
In what world
Talk to us.
does Klopp take his best back four? I'll put a front three without Mane, but he still has Fabinho in midfield, Ronaldo and Keita. In what world did he take that team to Villa Park and do 7-2?
Hey, dude. I don't know. It's all a bit wild. But if we're being honest, like, only 2 people showed up on that pitch. Salah,
Grealish and Barkley.
really good game.
No, meant for Liverpool.
I'm talking about the Liverpool side.
I know.
But Salah pulled up, and I also think Robertson had a really good game. Everyone else was horrible, dude. Horrible. It was so bad. Everything. Like, there was no chemistry. I thought, like, okay, so we concede the first goal. Yeah. Okay, we concede the second. And then, like, for 15 minutes, we looked like, okay, we're going to come back here. I felt confident. I was like, yeah, we're controlling the game. Then they score another one. I'm like, okay, like, let's just go again. Then Salah gets it back. And I'm like, okay, like, next half will come.
No, boys. No, come on.
Yeah, it's one of those chats, boy.
And then it was late. But, like, genuinely, like, you know what the thing is, dude? 3 of those goals were from deflections. I know arguably some of them could have gone in, but, like, the Luxus just didn't go our way. Like, think of last weekend. How many times did Brighton hit the post against United? Like, what? Like 70. And unfortunately,
this man, like, my time will come. You don't have to roast me now. Talk about you guys first, bro. Leave us out.
No, dude.
My time's coming later.
Nah, dude. The luck went your way. But to be honest, like, last season at Villa Park, we scored an equaliser in the 92nd minute, and we scored a winning goal in the 93rd. It was coming. Our luck was pumped around out.
Kids are paying for this.
Our luck was. We were in, like, negative currency, and then one day they just came and they're like, okay, we'll take your house, we'll take your car, we'll take all of your assets are gone. You know Monopoly, when you, like, land on that one and you're just like, I can't afford it. And then you have to, like, start mortgaging.
Boy.
That's just how I feel.
They have to juggle money from you, dude.
So are you telling me like Villa Park's your kryptonite because of what happened last season and this season?
No, last season we won.
Yeah, I know, but it was like
barely,
like literally last minute.
Honestly, I think, like, I'm really, like, to be honest with you, I'm not worried at all, because, like, it's humbling, you know. Like, do you remember when Drake got booed off the stage and he was just like, it's humbling. I feel humbled, bro. Like, we can still get thrashed, even
it must be nice.
That's what I said yesterday on the group.
Hey, no cap, I wouldn't have come on here today. Yo,
dude. No, dude. We must be proud, bro. We're not cowards. We're not cowards.
Not 7-2 to Villa, boy. Like, if it was to a Big 6 club, yeah, I know that's calm, because there's good quality there.
the thing is,
like, terrorized by a guy named Ollie, bro.
Hey boy.
Nah.
Hey boy.
Bruh.
Surname Watkins, bro. Watkins.
I hope Van Dijk and all those guys are lying in bed thinking like, yo, like that really just happened to us. Like, it's humbling. Like, now they think like, okay, we can still get beat, so now we should try harder. Yeah, some of the goals were whacked, like Adrian, what's he doing passing to Watkins? Those deflections. How can you hit, like, you shoot top corner and then it hits a player and then goes bottom corner, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, it was so unlucky. But then, like, yeah, things happen, bro. We move. I'm really like, I kind of stayed off social media for a little bit because I was just getting, it just wasn't nice seeing it, but at the same time it's just like, it's humbling, bro. It happens.
So many people blaming Adrian for that loss, and I'm just like, what about the other six
Hey,
goals?
bro.
No.
You can't blame the keeper for a 7-2 loss, bro.
Yeah,
What about the other
you
six
can't blame the
goals,
keeper
bro?
for 7-2, bro. Like, if you guys lost 2-1 and
no.
he made 2 mistakes, yeah, you can blame him, bro. But
promise you,
not 7.
Go on
bro.
Twitter and see how many people were blaming Adrian for that loss, bro.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying
it
they can't be,
weighs.
bro. Like, you literally
The one-
cannot blame him for that.
The only thing I would feel is like, Adrian, he probably didn't feel like, it's not that he didn't feel confident, I'm sure he felt fine, but like, I don't think the players in front of him were too happy because, like, coming off that horrible shocker, like a few months ago he had, and then also last game he played for us was Atletico Madrid, in a like huge competitive game before the Arsenal game, and that was like, he knocked us out of the Champions League. Yeah, I do think that the players in front of him weren't too confident, which also probably might have played a mindset. But at the end of the day, like, Van Dijk, how old are you, bro? Like, how old are we?
And
What are we
that's the
doing?
point.
But-
That's the point I'm trying to get at, bro. Why aren't we blaming the big names that died out? You know what I mean?
Well, I
Why
blame
is
Van
it- it's
Dijk. You saw
Adrian's
the
fault?
photo I sent?
Why is it Adrian's fault now? What's going on, bro? Like, that was the thing I was saying. Like, you're the first one to actually, like, call it for what it was. Everybody played badly. It's not just Adrian did this, so it's his fault.
Yeah, but long story short, honestly, I just think luck didn't go away, and it wasn't a bad day, and it was just horrible. So that's my whole thing. I'm only really going to start to stress if it like becomes a thing where we just don't perform, because like obviously a few goals went down and then the guys' heads dropped. It's not what you want to see from your team, but I know Klopp's a man manager. So I've got no doubt that he can pick it back up. But
So you think it
we'll have
was?
to wait and see.
So just last question from me: do you think it was all just luck, or do you notice any tactical shortcomings, anything that could point towards this happening again?
Like, that is our worst performance I've ever seen. Like I said, since we lost 4-1 to Spurs and Lovren was taken off at halftime, genuinely our worst performance.
Can I hear from Thomas?
The only tactical shortcoming that I saw from Liverpool was Jota. He was hugging the touchline, and you just can't do that. As a winger at Liverpool, you can't do that. Yeah, he has to cut
I think 100%. Salah was 100% our best player yesterday. Like
I'm saying
goal was
also Firmino.
proper clean. No.
So Bobby needs to
promise you,
show up, bro.
I was thinking yesterday, like he needs to start finishing, improving his scoring record. He used to be a lot better. Like his Champions League numbers last year were also insane. What?
Time's coming now.
We're
done
getting ready.
now.
Where's getting
Hang on to the main event of the weekend.
Bro, have you seen that point of it? I can't even comment on the Liverpool game because I was so depressed I didn't want to even watch the highlights. Bro. Never mind the game.
The biggest talking point of the weekend. United lost to I wish I could like remember quotes of like what Shaw said about Spurs in the preview show. Not in the preview show, sorry, in the predictions show. I wish I could remember like word for word what he said about Tottenham Hotspur and what he said about Mourinho in the past. But yeah, Mourinho came to Old Trafford, gave you 6, bro.
Even patted your manager's head off.
Why you gonna say it like that, bro? Why you gonna say he gave you?
Patted his head.
Hey boy.
Give him a nice pat on the head.
Do you want to know what the saddest thing is? I can't even analyze the game because I genuinely rage quit. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I watched the game, bro. I turned off at 3.
You rage quit.
My boy rage quit again.
Bro, I turned off at 3. I can't lie to you, bro. And then I kept seeing notifications 4, 5, 6. I was like, oh my god.
I thought it was a
This is
good
going to
game.
be like 9, bro.
I thought it was a good game. It was like getting to see a live training
Your
session.
boy has
bro.
to study, bro. Your boy's trying to make some bank at some point. I
He
think
could
to do, bro. I
donate
could
to
watch
United,
this
bro.
nonsense.
I have some nice things to say about United, though. In this game,
Let's hear
I'll
No,
admit.
no,
before anyone
bro.
says anything, bro. No, before anyone says anything, honestly, Harry Maguire is an absolute waste man, and I think that he is. Dude, look at Tom's is so satisfied. I've been
This
trying
guy
to
said he's
defend
getting
this,
Yo.
bro.
Remember
Bro,
he said he walks
okay,
into Liverpool.
Yeah.
When did he say that?
Bro, okay.
He said he walks into Liverpool.
Bro, it was. Bro, okay, your boy was in denial because of the price tag. I've been trying to push the propaganda without believing it, but I'm done, bro. I can't
That's your
defend
captain,
someone
bro.
anymore, bro. I can't defend someone who's
That's
that
your
shitty.
captain.
Excuse the swear.
Bro said he walks into Liverpool.
No, he is so bad, bro. Like, he is shocking. The way he acted for that first goal was enough to be subbed immediately, bro. Like, get off the field. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Not only head the ball into Bailly's head, then you head it up into no man's land, and then Luke Shaw tries to clear it, and you foul him, your own player, bro. You just throw him out the way. What was he thinking, bro? Nah, honestly, like, we got off to a good start.
Yeah.
We, like, 30 seconds in, penalty. It's looking like we could put the pressure on, and Maguire goes and does that, bro. Never mind what he does to Kane as well. Like, Kane, he's never going to touch Kane, bro. Kane's got his back to goal. He's nowhere near the goal. There's no threat, and he just kicks him, bro.
Oh no, Kane can turn and shoot, and it's done, bro. In a matter of seconds. Don't sleep on Kane.
Nah, bro.
That's
I'm not. Maguire is an absolute waste man, and he cost us that game because if Spurs didn't get back with those 2 stupid mistakes, we could have settled down after that 1 goal and gone in. And I kept trying to say that it was the red card. I kept trying to blame it, but it wasn't the red card. It was just me trying to be in denial. But we were garbage, bro. We can't defend. I don't know what's happening.
I just think if it was, for example, if it was us that got the red card, like I said, we might have suffered a similar fate. But that game was really open. Like, and imagine you're a man down in that kind of situation, bro.
It should have been both, but
Can I
that's
tell you why you
boring for
wouldn't
the story, so we're not
What?
going to talk about that. I don't care about justice.
No,
I care about
But like
knowledge.
even if there was a red card, okay, even if there was a red card, 2 weeks ago there was a red card at Stamford Bridge, and like they lost a defender, okay. United lost a striker, and they held us at 2-0, which is still bad, but like they held us out. Like United might not score because they've lost Martial, but like we've got nothing to. There's no excuse for conceding 6. Like you know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree with you.
Yeah,
I
I know.
totally agree.
I'm
Good
also
goal.
there, bro. Like you can't blame the red card if you lost a forward, bro. Like if they
Yeah.
lost Maguire or Bailly or whatever, bro.
They would have conceded less if they lost Maguire.
but also
Point, bro. I know why
But
we lost.
even-
I just don't want to say it. I just
Say
don't
it.
want to say it because it hurts.
Say it.
sure.
The
You
reason why we
already
lost is because
curious.
Pogba and Bruno don't work together. And I thought they would, but they don't. And I know exactly why, and it's so painful to admit, but I have to admit it. Bruno thinks he's a
Guys,
football
this is what I don't like.
striker.
This is what I don't like. Now we're just letting
Bro,
Ronnie
listen,
not be accountable.
Wait, let him finish. Let him
No,
finish.
no,
Let him
no,
finish.
no,
Hold on.
no.
Hold on. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Listen.
Let him finish. Hold on.
I've been trying to say that they can play together and we need a third player to screen, but it doesn't work. Bruno thinks that he's a striker. He's playing ahead of Martial at times. Pogba keeps drifting out to the wing, and Matic dips into our center. He plays as a third centre back because of some weird tactic Ollie's got going. So technically, we literally have only Pogba in the midfield, splitting out to the wings, doing whatever he wants to do. There's just a massive hole in the middle. That's why the entire game was so open. There was literally so much space. If anyone got on the ball in the midfield, there was just no one. It was just green grass. And that's because Bruno is pressing way too far up. Pogba's doing his own thing and he's lazy and unfit. He's not able to move around the pitch right now. I'm going in. I like Pogba. He's trash at the
That's what
moment. I
I'm
don't know what's wrong with him. useless, bro. Absolutely useless. What's wrong with him? The gen literally looks like he's towing a massive caravan full of bricks, dude. He can't turn, he can't run. Man's just walking around the pitch like a useless. Nah, we're carrying him, dude. And then we've got Mattis dipping into the back three. It just doesn't make sense, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Sure, are you only in, bro? Are you only in?
Bro, we all know Ollie's not good enough. But I don't want to push Ollie out right now because even though Ollie's basically useless, this isn't his fault, bro. This is bigger than that. There's something completely wrong.
Sure.
What are you talking about, the red goal?
Nope, I don't care about roast justice. I'm here to roast Man United. No one cares about justice.
Bro. I have to sit here. I'm gonna take
where
two
from here, Man United. Where two from here?
Because I know. Okay, wait. I was one of the big proponents of like stability for Man United, and they can't get rid of Ollie because they've been switching out managers too often, and it's not really the manager's fault. And what? He needs to go, bro. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, he needs to go, bro. No. Like there comes a point where it's like, what more, bro? What more? He's like, I don't think he's deserved to win a single game this season. The one game he managed to get a result.
Yeah. He fluked it. No. We don't deserve it.
He fluked it, bro. And I'm just like wondering, what more must we see from him?
No cap. We should be on 0 points with a negative 10 goal difference.
That's what I'm saying. Are you gonna ride this Ole wave out, bro? What are you gonna do?
You want to know what the thing is, bro? Do you want to know what the thing is? I actually don't know what to do. I actually don't know.
Bro.
Bro, I can't answer Tom's question, bro, because I don't know. I genuinely don't.
Okay.
I've been trying to explain the situation at United for too long, and the truth is, bro, I don't know. Everything we've tried doesn't work. If we sack Ollie, I've got zero faith that anything is going to change. I don't know how to fix it. I just wish that we would employ people to do.
How old is Sir?
I think the only thing we need to do is get a director of football, bro.
Yes.
How old is
Who do you want if they sack Ollie?
Finished.
Let me guide this somewhere first. Okay, so I read or heard an unpopular opinion. So it's kind of unpopular, but yeah. So I heard an unpopular opinion yesterday from Don Hutchison. He was saying that instead of spending 120 million on Jadon Sancho, they should be breaking the bank for someone like Marcelo Bielsa, and then getting Van der Sar in as director of football. Because he's of the opinion that Bielsa could do bits with the current squad. Even though obviously it's not good enough to challenge it, but he could do bits with the current squad. He could do way more than what Ollie's doing. So it's an unpopular opinion because obviously going from Leeds to United is a bit frowned upon. But I don't know if Bielsa cares about that type of stuff or not. But yeah, I don't know what your thoughts on that are.
Yeah,
I think that would be kind of crazy because like Van der Sar's doing bits at Ajax. Just look like they're gonna win the Dutch league every single year, but like just from a business point of view, like how much talent have they rolled out just this window alone? Like so much, dude. They're just milking in the cash, dude. And also, but can I tell you why that won't happen? I told you guys this years ago.
Let's hear.
No. A successful year at United isn't based upon trophies. It's stock price. Your shareholders are happy. They get their dividends. It's a successful season, bro. This is a business that just happens to play football.
You already know this.
That's your trailer. But
honestly, bro, we just need even Edward van der Sar. He could be a good option as a director of football, but he's actually a CEO, I believe, of Ajax. He isn't their director of football. He's kind of like the Ed Woodward of Ajax. So I think he could come in and do a job because I think he's kind of involved in transfers in Ajax, but he's not actually a full-on director of football. That's not his specialty. And I want to go out and get someone who knows exactly what they're doing in that role. Like, I can't remember his name, I keep forgetting. I think he's at RP Leipzig right now. But he kind of
get the man from Leipzig. He was crazy.
He worked under Poch at Spurs, and he also worked under Poch at Southampton, I believe. So he was responsible for getting the likes of Dele Alli, Sadio Mane, basically Eriksen. He was And Leipzig have also signed some phenomenal players. So he knows what he's doing. He gets deals done very quickly, and his scouting is excellent. So I think we need to be going out and getting a man for the job that knows what he's doing. And from there, he can decide on what managers should be coming in as well. It should be someone with more power in that club to change things below it. Because before that, nothing's going to happen. Like, honestly, we're in the exact same cycle. You can sack Oli now. Who do you get and you can change? There's absolutely no one. Even Pep could come
Jurgen Klopp, Pep, Poch, Zidane.
Dude, imagine they get Pep, bro. That'd be so ridiculous.
Pep spent 400 million on his defense. Do you really think United's giving him that money, bro?
Yes.
But now it's about money.
We'll give him money for 1 season, bro. We'll give him money for 1 season, and then we won't back him again when he gets into the top 4. And we've seen with Pep, he doesn't need 1 centre back, he doesn't need 2, he needs 3. He doesn't need 1 full back, he needs 3. He needs to keep signing until he finds his perfect team, and he won't get that at United, so he can't fix us. Mourinho could fix us.
So, have you heard like their transfer strategy to get Sancho? Have you heard their transfer strategy?
Let's hear.
It's so short-sighted. So they knew the 120 million euro. They knew the 120 million euro price since like June. That's what they were told, okay? But they thought, no, we'll leave it late and they're gonna cave. Guys, we know Dortmund. We know the type of club they are, their passion, and how serious these Oaks are. Like, how many of us would you guys have thought that they'd cave?
I mean, you did, Mr. 90%. You definitely believed it.
No. I
love that.
Bro, I've got receipts, boy.
That's been us. Back5 review show. It's quite jam-packed that. But yeah, since national breaks, we won't be back for I think 2 weeks. I can't do maths, but we'll see. But in the meantime,
thank the Lord. I don't have to watch that.
Hashtag time to party. Hashtag free hour.